All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Olivia. This is Simone, and welcome to Real Hot Takes TV. Uh,
Howdy.
so, so we are actually dressed for Dallas, unlike some people on the show. So we got the
Mm-hmm.
hat. We have the hat going, and I'm sorry, you guys, we missed last week episode, but we want to kind of combine this last week and this week because I feel like it's a good two-parter. Um,
Agreed.
the cast is still in Dallas,
They are.
right? They
They in my
are.
city. Y'all know I'm here in Dallas. I was looking all around the streets for them, but they wasn't there. They was already gone. But I low key was like writing down all the places they went to because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna ask the wait
Oh,
staff.
really?
How was
Yeah,
Portia?
cause right. Because where is that place where they have the? Where's the barbecue place?
Girl. So the place that they're staying at, the Casa,
Uh
it's
huh.
like more Fort Worth. There, that's not Dallas. Don't get me wrong. It's called
Okay.
DFW for a reason. Dallas Fort Worth. It's all kind of at this point mixed in as one city, but to the
Okay.
locals, it's two separate cities. And where they were staying at was more of an area closer to Fort Worth.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but at the same time, I mean, it still counts in my opinion because I'm new to this area. So to me, it's
Right.
it's right. But that's not the point. The point is that they traveled around. They went to some places, and they're not done yet. They still have to go to dinner at that place Paradiso or something like that.
Yeah.
I
Where's
have
that
not
at?
been there, but I've heard of it. Now that is in
Okay.
Dallas. That restaurant that's in like Dallas Center, downtown Dallas. I'm pretty sure I looked it up the other day. It is. I'm
Uh huh.
excited to see what that dinner's gonna look like.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, maybe
Hmm.
we should go there because I'm gonna visit Dallas for Fourth of July weekend.
That's right.
Can't wait.
Olivia's coming down, y'all. We're gonna have a live. I guess we're gonna have a live show, or not
I think
live, but
so.
like in the same room together.
And, right, but honestly though, like Dallas is one of my favorite cities to visit. It's
Really.
probably gonna be my fourth time to go to Dallas, so I love Dallas. So I do want to see more of Dallas, but I do feel
Hmm.
so. Okay, one thing I do feel like this cast. We're gonna jump right in there, but I feel like this cast is not fun. Meaning that,
Really.
like, so for example, like so we want to recap last two episodes, but the last episode where they split the groups in half, and half the girls, and we're kind of jumping all over the place, but half the girls went with Portia to go horseback riding, and none of them wanted to get on the horse. And I
I
feel
thought
like
that
most
was
stuff,
strange.
right, right,
They acting like grannies a little bit with that one, especially Phaedra, who we know is an equestrian. Rewind to the episode where Nene said, "Me picturing Phaedra on a horse."
uh huh,
Okay, it wasn't a good look. Because if you remember that, if you was a Housewives of the earlier years fan, you remember that scene. That was a funny
right,
scene because Phaedra had told Cynthia and Peter in the back of the limousine that she grew up riding horses. She's an equestrian and she does
right,
dressage and all these other
right,
things. If you know anything about horses or horseback riding, dressage is like English riding, which is like the uppity, high to do, high upper class way of riding horses. It's not like down in the dirt, Western and barrel riding or anything like that. So for Phaedra, who is the equestrian of the group, to not get on a horse, I'm like, girl, what you doing? You better chin strap that wig down and keep it moving.
right. Or put your hand over the hat and just giddy up, like do something.
For
I just felt
real.
that was so weird to me, and I just feel like none of these people are having
They were
fun.
scared about they were scared of that horse. Remember how he jumped? Even the owner, the lady of that place, she jumped up too. When
I
that
mean,
horse started shaking and whatnot, getting spooked.
but I mean, yeah, because there's
That's what
not
it
just
was.
them, not just them, but there's the camera crew, there's sound people, there's producers. So I
And
can pretty
that
sure
is true. When
it
you
was a
when
lot of
you filming
simulation.
with horses, you got to be
Yeah,
careful.
yeah. But I just felt like I like somebody. I don't know. I just feel like they're very aunties and very. Not just how what with the horses, but honestly how they dress. So we're gonna just talk about this season and how we
Really.
feel this season. I don't like how I don't any not any maybe Portia out of all of them probably
Portia's
had the.
killing the game. Look, I'm about to get my Portia on. Let me do some of this right here
I
because
love
when
the titty
she
shirt. I love the titty
Woo,
shirt.
girl, when Portia came out in that black with them titties, yeah, I was like, giddy up, giddy up. I see why R. Kelly came for it.
I know. But
We'll
other
save
than
that for
that,
later.
right. But other than that, I feel like none of the other girls know how to dress. I feel like they dress very old, very matry. Even Drew, I feel like can. I mean, Drew's
Drew
okay,
always,
but I feel tacky.
Drew always
It's
been a
and
wigs always been outfit been
right,
makeup been
right. And she's
you
one
know
of the
she
youngest, so you would think she would dress a little better. I
it
don't
don't
know.
matter.
Shamia, we already talked about how I think Shamia cannot dress. We all know that. The internet knows that. They talk about that all the time. They hate her. And I
That's
can see
not
you like.
true.
I can see you liking. So you guys, Simone. We talk about Real Housewife of New Jersey. Simone is a Margaret dresser. You
I like
people like
eclectic looks.
Margaret. Yes, different. I was
Okay,
more a Melissa, where more stylish, more
predictable,
color, whatever. It's
predictable.
cute. It's cute.
Herb
And I
Leger
feel
bandage dress again, again another
I
bandage
just,
dress again.
I just, so I just bought one from CB. What's it called? CB
House
Dress
of CB.
House of CB. Thank you. I
House
just
of
bought
CB.
two
You
actually.
bought a bandage dress again.
Cute.
You got them in every color.
Body tea.
Whatever.
No,
My
orange and pink.
Oh Lord.
Very
Maybe
Vegas.
that'll work. Maybe it'll work. Maybe
In
it'll work.
Vegas. It's a
In
cute Vegas
Vegas
dress.
it'll
But
work. Miami.
Miami. Miami.
But yeah, no. Shamia can dress, and you're right. I see Margaret from Jersey and Shamia's outfits.
I
It's
do.
elegant, eclectic. It's elegant, eclectic. It's
I don't know about
different.
elegance. Definitely eclectic.
I don't
Not
know what you
elegant.
and the internet talking
I
about.
think
I don't
I
know
think
what
it's
y'all talking
tacky.
about.
I think for someone who makes a lot of money, she could dress a lot better.
She
Get someone that can do her fashion, someone that could dress her a little bit. I think she has enough money for that, and she does not utilize that. I think Portia pays for someone to dress her. I think that outfit with the red bottom boots. Like
Woo!
she didn't just go to the store and pick that out. Someone picked that out for
Portia,
her.
every episode, Portia is killing the game. When she went to that tea time in that pink dress with K Michelle and Kelly, remember that little pink? They was in that all pink tea time, and she came in that
Yeah.
pink dress.
Yes.
Woo, my God, Portia, because Portia's naturally beautiful, so she ain't even got to try that hard. She
No.
gonna make any outfit look really, really great. But when she put, I remember I love that pink dress because the hair is always perfect with the outfit. See, a lot of times the hair can mess up the outfit. We wanted to see that full dress, shoulders down. So by her having that bob, and the hair
Right.
not covering it up, it was perfect. Same with the long hair with the titty out, outfit.
Mm-hmm.
Western outfit, having that long hair with that cowboy. It just Portia,
Body
Portia
tea.
knows what she's doing. Body T,
She
girl, them
is, but everyone.
abs. Woo! I want Portia's abs. Are you kidding? Give me that. Give me
Yeah,
that.
her body's. Do you think her butt is real? And the
We
reason
already know
why
it's fake. We already know
it's
it's
fake,
fake.
right? But she doesn't claim it. But we know that from her first season of Real Housewife. Her first scene, I remember, she was outside with like a sports bra, and her butt was small. It was she was smaller back then. Her first season.
Yeah, she was young. She hadn't had a baby yet.
Yeah.
You gain a little bit of that grown woman weight after a
Right.
baby once you hit 30 or something, whatever it is. But
Right.
Portia, we know she got the boob job. We saw that she admitted that on TV. She came to the reunion with a
But she
boob
doesn't.
job one season.
Right. But
That
she does
booty
not.
though, it's Atlanta, girl. That's a BBL. Stop playing.
Yeah.
That is a BBL.
I think
We
it's
know
fake,
it.
but she doesn't admit to it. But whatever. But anyways, her body's amazing, so it doesn't matter. Like I think her body's amazing. But
Yes.
we'll talk about this season, what we think so far. I do want to start. We talked about Shamia a little bit, but I do want to start talking about Pinky. So we got a couple new people. We got Pinky, K Michelle. I have some thoughts about K Michelle, but
All right, let's
with
start
Pinky.
there.
Want
Oh,
to start with
okay.
K Michelle?
Tell me your thoughts
I
on K Michelle.
I don't like her. I don't.
Really?
And it started last episode, and I did not. There's a couple reasons why I didn't like her. I didn't like. So last episode, we saw that they were on a private jet, which is rare for a housewife of Atlanta. So
They
I
weren't.
think, and I think They were on a private jet to Dallas. But what's weird about it, it was a private
Oh,
jet
they were. They yes,
to
they were.
Dallas, and then they had to drive for 2 hours. So
Because they were
wherever the
out in Fort Worth. I'm telling you. Okay, everybody, if you come to DFW area, there's the airport, right? That's north of
right,
Dallas. It's actually more like Arlington, and I could be a little bit wrong on that a little bit, but I live close to the airport, close enough. But the further you are, especially where that place is at, it's gonna take to just like anywhere. You know what I'm saying?
right,
You go
yeah,
if you going out in the country in the middle of nowhere, and Texas is big. So
right.
yeah,
It's
you gonna
spread
be
out.
driving. It's spread out here for real. So yeah,
Right.
you gonna have to drive. So yeah, they did that 2 hour drive, and they had to drive again to get to back to that. That's Texas. You're gonna be doing some driving if you go into places out and about.
Right.
But back to K
I,
Michelle.
but so and that's what so whatever and we can talk about the her butt and whatever, but I do remember in the last episode she did not want to go to dinner because of the glam, and to me that's another reason that I did not like these last couple episodes, or at least with K Michelle, because in my head we have seen K Michelle without her wig on Hip Hop in Atlanta. You see, we seen K Michelle through all the surgeries, all the boob jobs, all like without makeup. I don't like that Atlanta has become this place where you have to have a full glam every day, every dinner,
When you on a
outfit.
reality show, you do.
But
Yes,
you
you
don't see
do.
that. But you don't see that in the
Look
other
at
reality
Portia. Why?
shows.
What, did we not just gas up Portia for being
But
on
look at,
point?
but look at like I was just watching Roll Island. They don't have glam
Yes, they
every
do.
every scene. Every I'm talking about every scene.
Girl, no. This is Real Housewives. You mean you got to have some money because you a housewife? You got and it's Atlanta. That means it's black. You got to come correct. Kelly got her
I
makeup
mean
on,
that part.
even though she looked like Miss,
I hate her fashions
uh,
too.
but still, makeup is good. And last season, Kelly's clothing game was on point. She had that stylist that helped out Brittany. Remember,
No,
they had that little tension.
right, but
Kelly's,
they can't. You know
but
they can't dress for her boobs. I didn't like. They don't know how to dress her boobs.
well, whatever. The point is, you got to come correct. You have to
I
come correct.
I agree, but
That's
I
the
also
truth.
feel like it's. I just don't. But you don't see that in the other housewives. You don't see them doing glam every scene and have to
Because
have the
black women
wigs
set the
laid.
standard. Black women set the standard. Black
I
women
get
set
that.
the standard. We ain't can't be coming up on camera in a bonnet, looking ruffled all up like Mary over in Salt Lake City, waking up in the morning, coming to breakfast with a bonnet on and a scarf, looking a mess.
I mean, I get that, but at the same time, do you need to have glam every? I mean,
Okay, K
every
Michelle using
scene
glam as an excuse
to
was,
not
I
get
think,
to dinner.
okay. Yeah, I think she got. Listen, the truth is, K Michelle will find an excuse to exit. Remember at Portia's dinner party, K Michelle left the girls because they were arguing to go hang out with the dudes. And when they were just smoking cigars outside,
Oh yeah,
K Michelle's also, she's explained it. She talks about it. She's nervous about these girl
yeah.
groups. She's slightly scared of the trauma from Love and Hip Hop, which is a whole different battle over there. And
But it's
her
not
her
loving
and
hip hop.
yes, but that's the point is, I think she's using the glam as an excuse to not film because she was just tired and she didn't want to film. They had a long day of travel, and she just didn't want to film and do it. Hey, Michelle is here for Love and Hip. I mean, for to be on camera, but she not thirsty for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like she not like Pinky. Let's transition into Pinky. I
Okay,
wouldn't say Pinky is thirsty for the camera, but
I
Pinky
agree.
likes some camera time.
I agree. No, I
And
agree with
that's what
that.
the girls are complaining about. Pinky doesn't have a reality show etiquette yet. I
Right,
think it's coming because they're trying to teach her. You can't come up here like Cynthia. Cynthia checked her and be rah rah
quick.
rah rah rah. And then when we start to question and talk about it, you want to let's move on. It's a new day. Hold on. It can't be move
Right,
on. It's a new day when we're saying we got this issue with you and you don't want to talk about it. I think Cynthia handled that situation at that table very well, and she was really just trying to educate Pinky on, you know what, you can't dictate the conversation all the time, and that's
right.
what Pinky does do. And then, woo! Did Angela come down with the hammer to let her know?
Girl.
I didn't know Angela
Effigy.
had it in her.
Oh, she did it last season though. She did. She had
I
a
didn't see
little
it like
bit.
this season. I didn't see it like this season. I did not see it like this season. And now
Stretch
I know
marks
why her.
around your mouth with Brit
Uh,
Edie. You remember that?
oh, really? No, no, I don't remember
Oh,
that one, but that's a good one.
yeah,
But
that
that's
was a
a good
great
one.
one.
But I see why she married to asshole Charles. She know how to be an asshole too.
Oh
It
yeah.
makes sense why they together. It
Right,
make a
right.
lot of sense because when she pulled that one out, what she say to her to Pinky?
I could throw a rock and hit 10 people that you owe. I like that
Oh,
one.
how about Mr. Clean?
Oh yeah, Papa
Mr.
Smurf.
Clean, Papa Smurf, Mr. Clean. You know, she was quick, like you said, effortless. It just flowed.
It
It
just
just
flows.
flowed.
But back to Pinky, do you feel that she's now? You saw that Drew called her aggressive. Do you feel like she's aggressive?
Yes, because we saw that whenever, like, okay, you signed up for a reality show. That means it's going to be arguing. So when they argue at your event, you can't be, this is my event. We're not going to do this here. We're not going to do this. No, we signed
Right,
up to do this here. We
right,
signed up
right,
to do this here, Pinky.
right.
That's what we're here for.
And like Cynthia said, don't you can't dictate the conversation. You can't say
Exactly.
stop when you want to stop. It's a conversation. Both of us got to talk. And I
Exactly.
do like when Cynthia kind of said that and kind of said, "Well, you're not the referee here. We can
Exactly.
have a cordial conversation." But that's what I'm saying about Pink. Oh, we talked about it before we
But
hit
that's the
start.
thing. She's a new girl. So she's new. She's new here.
But she's
She's
trying.
learning. And they're trying to
But
teach
no,
her
but
about how to do it.
no, I think she watched this show. She has these. She has a producer background, so she's trying to stay ahead. She's trying to control dialect. She's trying to control the narrative. That's why you see her social media when she does all these jokes about, oh yeah, there's a woman in my basement. Oh yeah, I owe all these people money for bankruptcy. I don't think it's a credinky that she put on online that she filed for bankruptcy right before the show started. I think everything is intentional with her, and I don't like that because we don't know her. She's new this season. She just started having her own. We just started learning about her. So, but let's be real. Like you said, you know her from her stores. I think Atlanta Streets know her, and I heard Atlanta Streets also knew the woman in the basement. There is. I guess she had like a candy thing with the dungeon and things of that nature that they like to have threesomes. And that's a well-known, I don't know about known, but that's a rumor that goes around Atlanta about her. So when what's her face? Angela said, "Oh, there's a woman in your basement." That's her. She's just saying what the streets are already saying. So do
I,
you believe? Do you believe that? Do you believe that
I
she
mean,
would
I'm not in
have?
Atlanta. I didn't go research it. I don't know. But at the same time, we just learned that Portia slept with R. Kelly. So you never know what's and you know. Um,
Okay.
so,
Well, let's go
but
to
Pink.
Kelly. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think I like Pinky, but I don't like how she's trying to really predict and like stay in front of these narratives. And I think I do agree with you when you said that she's like not just aggressive, but she's over here kind of dictating what the conversation is. She kind of came in hot and all this other stuff, and that's why Angela got her. Angela was like, "Oh, whoa, 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 whoa." Like, no, 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 no. Let's go buck.
Yeah,
And
she's
I
the
do.
new girl. She's the new girl on the block, and she has to learn her place of you can't come in here and acting like you can run the show, like you're the boss. Now, they were
Right,
kind enough to let her have her moment or two here and there where she was doing the most because it's kind of hard to correct somebody who comes off with such a strong personality like Pinky. But
right,
eventually, they did have to tell her, like, calm down. Even Drew, because Pinky was trying to say something about Angela when they was at the stockyard. She's like, oh, she called like Angela, one of the horses, Angela, and Drew was like, hey, 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 now calm down. That's my
yeah.
girl. Because the truth is, it's like we've moved on. Yeah, we know we're gonna giggle and go back and forth, but like
Bigfoot.
you again, you are a new person. You a new person. You
Yeah.
got to slow down.
Yeah, that's true, and I didn't like that either. I didn't like calling Angel Bigfoot and things of that nature. I kind of didn't like that, and then I also didn't like when they were at the restaurant and you saw that they were eating barbecue. Hello, you're in freaking Texas, and now you're upset.
Yes.
So what do you think about that? Because now you're upset because we're at a restaurant. And there's no vegan options, but aren't
Okay,
you agreeing
so
to?
hold on. This is what everybody hates about vegan people.
Right.
It's like the self righteousness of believing that the world should be catered to your dietary restrictions when you know you're the outlier, you're the oddball, you're not the norm, and you are extremely out of place in Texas. This is the barbecue capital. You went, not only is this state the barbecue capital, you went to barbecue zone. You went to the stockyards in Fort Worth where all the cattle are being sold. Like it ain't
Right.
nothing but meat. This is their economy. So you can't come down here and being like, where the girl?
I
No,
can't sit
we
on top
have
of a cow.
right.
But
Can't that's what I'm
meanwhile,
saying. You doing that self?
your husband served Philly cheesesteaks. So,
Do
like,
you go up in that restaurant every once in a while and get some fries?
right,
I'm
right,
sure you do. So
a
yeah,
hundred
her
percent.
being she's doing that thing that no one likes about vegetarian vegans, being self-righteous. I will
Yep.
admit, riding the cow did seem a little sad because the cows, they're not really supposed to be ridden. The cow was just standing there like he looked sad. And unlike horses that are like kind of more trained and have a bit more of a comfortableness with humans on them. Cattle are not so much like that. Hence why we got bull riding. The buck, I mean, the bull is bucking. It doesn't really appreciate that, you know.
Right, right.
Um, but yeah, but her doing that and then keep complaining. What my thing was, she kept complaining at the restaurant. She kept complaining at the
Right.
restaurant, making a big deal. It's like, girl. And then she kept
It's
saying, "Why would you bring me here, girl? Why did like?" And that's what I like about Cynthia. You should have brought some snacks.
right,
You should
right.
have brought some. You should have known better. If I have
Just
a dairy allergy, if I have a nut allergy, if I have a fish allergy, if I have all these things, if I have an allergy or anything that I know that is a restriction, and I'm going to the fish capital, I'm going to the nut capital. I'm I'm
yeah.
gonna have something for a backup.
Right,
Something.
right. Something, and I feel like that's actually a kind of a running theme of this trip. Is a lot of complaining, right? And we talked about the complaint, and we haven't talked about it, but we also saw last episode where Shamia and Cully was upset, a that they got the room outside of the big main house, but also b that the room was dirty. Now, look, I get it. I don't want to be in a room where it's dirty and messy, but I do feel like they were just putting 10 on 50 on the fact on Cynthia for like just being extra. Cynthia said multiple times that she was gonna clean, and that's of course that's what ended up happening. But just all this like it's Cynthia's fault that she didn't go and clean it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't like all that. To me, that was kind of taken away from.
Kelly and Shamia got money. They bougie. They used to quality. Okay.
Right.
The truth is they got big money. I mean, we saw how much Kelly spent on her daughter's birthday, buying her like for every year of her birthday a Birkin bag. So
I thought that
people
was
who got
stupid.
I
I
don't
don't think that's real money. But go
what?
ahead. I don't think that's real money. I think
How do you
she I
know?
because where's that money now? Because now she's talking about bankruptcy with her waffle chicken and waffle
We ain't, but
place.
we don't see no tabloids talking about bankruptcy with Kelly like we do with Pinky. I think that that's more of a trying to get out of the deals because her ex-husband was part owner of that restaurant. But we don't really see Kelly having real financial trouble. I think that that was just her trying to just trying to assimilate or making Pinky feel better in that moment, because they were just kind of like talking together as two restaurateurs.
Okay.
I don't think Kelly
Do
got
you
my
think that money?
financial issues. I think Kelly got money. I think Kelly got big money,
I
and we
think
know
so
Shamia
too.
does. But
You're
hold
right.
on,
We
here's
know
the
Shimmy
point.
does.
Shamia and Kelly got money, and therefore they are used to luxury. Now, that Casa place or whatever is a nice place, but at the end of the day, this isn't New York City. This isn't, it's not a place that is going. It's not the Four Seasons.
Right.
It's just
Right.
not the Four Seasons. And so somebody dropped the ball on making sure that room was clean. To us, average day, everyday people, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. I mean, I saw one
Yeah.
stain on the sheets, but it didn't look like it was something out of order.
But I do think that's kind of like the downfall of doing Airbnb. Like if I go to like even we actually did Atlanta Airbnb. The last time I did an Airbnb was in Atlanta, and it was bugs everywhere. It was bugs everywhere. So I think that's kind of like what you like. It's the Airbnb is what you get. A hotel, of course, you'll have more
Right.
accommodations. But
It was not, it was supposed to be like a whole resort casa house. I don't know what that place
yeah,
was,
that's true.
but
Yeah.
the point is they put Pinky in the goddamn poorhouse by herself because they didn't want to have to deal with her chomping ass because
Right.
she needed to be in timeout. I don't even
Right.
think Pinky picked up on that. She needed to be put in timeout.
Yeah, in a way, stripping her away. But I also think this the fourth wall. Like I think people wanted to be in the main house because they want to be seen. They want to be with the in the mix. So
What's the
being
best
out and
place? It's the best. It was the best
yeah,
accommodating place. It was the
yeah,
best one. It
yeah.
had the best. It had amenities.
Right,
The main
right,
house got
right.
everything. So yeah, and so Shamia and Pinky, I mean Shamia and Kelly being in that little pool house or whatever, they just they're not used to being on the back burner when it comes to accommodations. Now I do
Right.
think that between the miscommunication with Pinky or who was it, or K Michelle, it came off the miscommunication made it seem like they were mad with Cynthia. I don't think they were originally mad at Cynthia. I think they were just mad with the situation,
Right,
and
right,
maybe
right.
the staff or whoever's in charge of that. I don't think they blamed Cynthia, but through a game of telephone from K Michelle telling Cynthia and from Pinky telling Cynthia like, oh, they feel this way, they feel that way. It got messed up, and so now Cynthia's feeling really bad. And then, but it's whatever. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, I guess I just thought that was interesting, but to keep talking, we kind of talked about Kelly. So Kelly's also having her season, or I don't know about having her season, but it's interesting with her this season. And we see we also see the friendship with her and Shamia that I think is a little interesting. I do feel like she's kind of like, I think Shamia likes Kelly because Kelly's kind of Shamia's mouthpiece a little bit. And I do see that, especially now that Shamia and Portia are not friends this season. You don't even see them interact. You don't see them have a conversation. You don't even see like
Yeah,
20
well, I
years of
mean, Shamia said that
friendship.
Kelly is her BFF, best friend forever. So right now, that's her girl. I think that it's gonna flip flop. I think at some
Yeah,
point that'll break up. Something will happen, and Shamia will go back to Portia, or
to
Portia will go
Portia.
to Shamia, and Kelly gonna go wherever Kelly goes. You know. But right now, what Shamia and Kelly have in common is a dislike of Portia.
Right, right, right.
They both Portia saying that Kelly, slept with married man, and Portia said, I mean, and Kelly saying, no, 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 you married a married man, you
Right.
know.
So we see
So
that at the end, and I mean, okay. Let me ask you this: do you feel like Shamia is telling Kelly things about Portia? Like,
no, Shamia too smart.
okay,
She don't got to tell that. Because she not saying anything that people don't already know. For instance, when the R. Kelly drop, that was, as Portia said in her book. Go get it, perfectly Portia. She said thank you for the book sales because she right. It's in my Amazon cart right now. When they dropped that, I said, let me get on the
I mean,
computer
yeah, it's
and
public
look
not
that up.
it is public knowledge. I get
But
that, but
it's public
I
knowledge
get
that was hidden in a book that nobody was reading
no,
or talking about. I ain't never heard on the Real Housewives of Atlanta anybody say, Portia slept with R. Kelly. Now,
right,
question:
no.
do you think that happened when Portia was underage?
I can see that. I think there is a lord of Portia being a hoe back in the day, like
I think
a
just because of think about the timing. Portia is like 40 now, 40
40,
something,
41, 40 something.
40,
She's in her
right.
forties.
And just the time and how long R. Kelly been in jail and how long he been it makes sense. Like the timeline, it's like it's in that, like Portia was in high school probably or 18 when this happened. Because
Do you
think
think?
about 18-year-old Portia. That's a pretty,
Yeah.
pretty, pretty girl, and he's a predator. I promise you, he preyed on Portia
Well,
when he saw how pretty she was.
and we're from Chicago. I know stories personally from
I
Evanston
knew a
where he
girl
would.
in my
Yeah. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. You telling the same story about your high school. I got the
Yeah,
same story
yeah.
about my high school.
Same
Go
story.
and tell
R. Kelly
yours.
used to. R. Kelly used to drive around these high schools. I'm from the suburbs, which is not in the city, and I know he came up here, up north, to look for girls underage. Like R. Kelly in the city is actually really terrible if you really think about it.
If you
And he
from
had,
Chicago,
you
you
know,
know a story about R. Kelly coming to your high school to look for girls. At my high school in the city, right, and this was a private high school, so
uh
it
huh,
wasn't like you had this was like a high security high school. All
uh
right,
huh,
the Obama daughters, it was a kindergarten through high school. So when they'll be back when he was Senator Obama and his daughters were in elementary or grade school or middle school, went to this school. And I was in the high school portion, but it was the same campus. The point I'm trying to say, we had security up in there. Tell me why
right.
R. Kelly was still caught a block away honking his horn at the girls, and knowing
And he,
damn well that they came from that high school. Because there was a story about this girl who said, "Oh my God, R. Kelly pulled up in a convertible and tried to talk to me, and he wanted my number." And I said no, but like everybody knew, was like, "Yo, R. Kelly tried to talk to Anisha."
right. Or if it wasn't R. Kelly, it was his people. R. Kelly used to also send like his people, his guys to
See,
do it too, or people that he
yeah,
would sign. I remember, I don't know, Three Piece. You remember Three Piece? The
that sounds familiar.
ooh, whatever. He would. I think R. Kelly signed them, but they would come to high schools too and try to pick up little girls. Like it's so many stories with that. So yeah, I do believe Portia was underage. Now, do you believe R. Kelly was married when they were together?
Yes, because R. Kelly had that wife throughout all them scandals. Remember
That's what
that
I
wife
thought.
who was on that
Yeah,
show, the
on that show,
ex-wives of
the
Hollywood?
dancer. Yeah,
She, nobody knew about that wife at all, at
at
all. And he
all.
was, and we know he the marrying type because he married Aaliyah.
Right,
But R.
right,
Kelly
right.
ain't afraid of no marriage. So
and
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and that girl could have been his beard in that sense of less.
beard. Now what you
Not
trying to say?
no, not for him being gay, but beard also means just you're not gay, but also relationship
Your cover
covering
up, your
your
cover
cover
up
up,
for who he
whatever that
really
cover
like
is.
with those underage girls. I get what you're saying.
Exactly,
Okay, I get
exactly.
you. I get you. But yeah, yeah, I think R. Kelly was in Atlanta and he pulled up
Yeah,
on Portia because he saw
Portia.
from and she was the prettiest girl at that high school and he said, "I'm gonna go get me that." And poor Portia a little slow and she fell for it.
Imagine an 18-year-old Portia.
Imagine 18. Oh my God! R. Kelly? Hey, R. Kells!
And to write that in your book, to me, I would keep that to the grave. I wouldn't even put that in
Oh
the book.
my
I wouldn't even
God.
put
Oh,
that in
I
the
would
book.
have never, I would have taken
Never.
that too. There's so many better things that will get people. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is good info for a book to make people want to read. I promise you, those book
Yeah.
sales probably gonna go back up again after they
Yeah.
drop that. But it's not
Right.
worth it because the book sales, the little extra book sales you get, is not worth the loss of integrity and people judging you as such a fool, and they shouldn't because you're a victim. To be honest with you, let me
Yeah.
start there. That's really R.
Yeah.
Kelly that should be judged. But at the end of the day, people are still going to look at you. That's just the truth. Differently if they find out that you had sex with R. Kelly.
We see the last scene that in a van we see Portia and Kelly getting into it, and it really does start. It's really all about Kelly or Portia putting out there that Kelly slept with a married man. So we saw her saying that, and we saw Kelly try to defend herself, right? And so we talked about R. Kelly. She talked about Portia not being the person to be the messenger, because obviously we know that Portia was with Simon, and now we find out, or re-find out, that she was with R. Kelly. What do you think about Kelly, R. Kelly, Kelly? Do you think about Kelly kind of standing up for herself a little bit, or do you feel like she has a right to kind of say, like, who are you, Portia? Who are you, talking negative about Kelly herself?
Right, because as we know, Kelly, the rumor is that Kelly slept with some married man at BET weekend and that
Right.
he texted his buddy who I guess Portia was hanging out with at the time and she knew about it. And then also
Yeah.
Phaedra knows him too and knows his family. And she said, no, 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 don't release the name because we know the wife and that would create some real problems for that family.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on at BET weekend, but hey, girl, that seemed to be the spot. It seemed to be like everybody be popping. I mean, over there, not to
Do
make
you
mess. Not
Do you believe it? Do you believe Kelly was with a married man, or?
I think Kelly, I could see because Kelly been with her husband for 10 some years. Then they went through all that trauma or troubles, and then she gets with what you call it. I listen. I think Kelly was at BET weekend and have fun like everybody else.
Yeah,
And we
yeah,
see them all, but they look at Phaedra out here
yeah.
dating Chi Chi and some other dudes. We
Uh
got
huh.
Portia dating a
Uh huh.
whole plethora of people.
Uh
Kelly got
huh.
something out of it, but Kelly's smart enough not to like show it off, I guess, so much. But she
But
got
here's the
busted because of that
problem.
dude.
But here's the problem. You're if that's true, then you got to stop talking about Portia being with a married man. So we saw last season, her first scene is saying, "Oh, Portia, why you slept with that married man?" So that was her first scene with Portia last season. So
Right.
obviously Portia is calling. I mean, Kelly's calling Portia, all these things. You with a married man. That's her. That's her push towards to Portia. And now find out you were just with a married man. And I do believe that. Like you said, I do think she's out here having fun. I do think she's kind of living her life. And Atlanta is got a lot of gay men, and I can think you have a
What?
lot of married men. I just there's
How you
so
go
this
there? How you jump from what?
gay and
Oh, look.
married. So there's not a lot of pickies. I don't doubt that she picked a man.
Okay, I got what you're saying. There's not a lot of options. All
There's
right.
not a
Well,
lot of
I mean,
options.
well, time will tell because as we know, we ended this episode in the middle of that fight. They haven't even made it
Right.
to the restaurant yet. So maybe come back, you guys, next week and hear what we got to say about, whether or not maybe we have some more insight by then about whether or not these rumors are true. I doubt it because Phaedra shut that down. She said, we know the wife, we know the family, we're not about to do that.
Yeah, we're not about to do that. We'll see. I think the season is turning around. I laughed. I laughed through the last episode. I thought it was funny. I did like the
I
argument
like
with
the fighting.
Angela.
I like
I like.
I was about to say
Yeah.
Angela was on it. I like that they was in my city, my new city. Oh my God, this background. I'm showing off my hat. I love this hat, y'all. My little pink. I got a few country hats,
Do you wear them
cowgirl
often now
hats.
that you're in? Do you wear them often now you're in Dallas?
No, I
You
don't. I
should.
don't because it's not. Believe it or not, out here in Texas, you look kind of unless you like out in like the in an environment for cattle. Like I was in Fort Worth, sure, that's this place. If I was at Stockyards, yeah. But I'm in Dallas. Like ain't nobody. It's a regular American city. Ain't nobody just walking around with cowboy hats. Some do. I do see it. Like
You
I see some
should.
police officers. But you gotta be at the right event. You gotta be at the right moment. You know what I'm
I
saying?
guess. I
If
guess.
anything,
I
I've been
guess.
wearing this to the pool. I've been wearing this to the pool because it's good shade. It's very good
Right.
shade.
It's a sun hat. But
Yeah,
all
exactly.
right. But thank you guys for joining us. We'll definitely make sure we go back our weekly posting, but so we can keep up, and we'll see you about next week.
Awesome. All right, guys.
Uh,
Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
all right. Bye.
Bye.